Hey everyone, welcome back to Vitz Vibes. I'm your host, Jamie, and this is your favorite corner of the internet where we make learning English easy, fun, and full of good vibes. Whether you're on your morning walk, commuting to work, or just chilling with a cup of coffee, thanks for tuning in. Today's episode is all about mastering your English speaking confidence, the #1 challenge for English learners around the world. By the end of this episode, you'll walk away with practical tips, real expressions, and a little spark of motivation to keep going on your language journey. All right, let's dive in. Let's be honest, speaking a new language can be scary. It's not just about finding the right words, it's about expressing yourself, showing your personality, and not freezing when you make a mistake. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with speaking English confidently is fear. Fear of being judged, fear of sounding wrong, or fear of not remembering the right words in time. But here's something to remember. Mistakes are not your enemies. They're your teachers. Every native speaker makes mistakes too. The difference is, they don't stop talking because of them. So let's start with our first key mindset. Progress beats perfection. You don't have to sound like a news anchor to communicate well. You just have to keep using your English. Now, let's talk about vocabulary. Many learners think they need to memorize thousands of words before they can speak fluently. But here's the truth. You only need a few hundred core words to hold most everyday conversations. Instead of memorizing random words from a list, try learning vocabulary through context. For example, if you're watching your favorite show or reading an article, pay attention to how words are used in real sentences. Let's take the word actually. It's used all the time in English. Actually means in fact, but it can also soften an opinion. For example, actually, I don't think that's true. Actually, I love pineapple on pizza. You see? One small word, many uses. Start noticing these words in your daily English input, and you'll learn them faster and more naturally. Next, let's talk about practice. You don't need a partner to practice speaking. You can practice alone, and it's incredibly effective. Try this. Choose a topic, set a timer for 1 minute, and talk out loud in English. It could be about your day, your dreams, or your favorite movie. Don't stop to correct yourself. Just talk. This exercise helps you think in English and reduces your hesitation over time. Let's do a 10-second example together. Imagine I'm talking about my morning. This morning, I woke up a bit late, but I made myself some strong coffee and went for a short walk before starting work. The weather was windy, but it felt refreshing. That's it. It doesn't have to be fancy, just simple, flowing speech. If you do this every day, even for 5 minutes, you'll start noticing real progress within a few weeks. Another powerful way to improve your speaking is through shadowing. This means listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say as closely as possible. Intonation, rhythm, and emotion. Let's say you're listening to your favorite actor or YouTuber. Try to mimic exactly how they speak. It might feel strange at first, but it's one of the fastest ways to sound natural. Focus on small details, like how they connect words, how their voice rises at the end of a question, and how they pause. This helps you train your mouth and ears at the same time, and soon, your English will sound smoother and more confident. Now let's move to a mini real-life English segment. Picture this. You're meeting someone for the first time, maybe at a coffee shop, networking event, or even online. What do you say? Here's a simple example of a natural conversation starter. Hi, I'm Jamie. Nice to meet you. How's your day going so far? Notice, it's friendly, short, and open-ended. It invites the other person to share a bit more. In English, small talk isn't small at all. It's how we build trust. Even simple topics like the weather, hobbies, or daily life can create connections that lead to meaningful conversations. Here are 3 quick go-to questions for small talk. How are you finding the weather today? What do you usually do on weekends? Have you tried any new restaurants lately? Practice these out loud and personalize them. You don't have to memorize scripts, just understand the patterns. To sound natural, try connecting your sentences with linking phrases. Native speakers use them all the time to make conversation flow. Here are a few. By the way, to introduce a new topic. As I was saying, to return to a point. On the other hand, to show contrast. To be honest, when giving your opinion. At the end of the day, to summarize. Let's use some of them in a short paragraph. To be honest, learning English isn't always easy. On the other hand, it's one of the most rewarding things you can do. By the way, have you ever thought about joining an online speaking club? At the end of the day, practice is what makes perfect. Simple, right? These little connectors make your speech sound polished and fluent. All right, time for our vocabulary corner. We'll explore a few useful expressions you can start using today. Describing moods. Let's go through a few. I'm over the moon means you're very happy. I'm feeling a bit under the weather means you're not feeling well. It drives me crazy means something annoys you a lot. I'm on cloud 9 also means you're extremely happy. Try using one of these in your next conversation. It'll make your English sound more lively and expressive. Immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Surround yourself with English sounds and thoughts, songs, podcasts, YouTube videos, even your phone's language setting. Then practice thinking in English about your daily life. For example, when you see a cup of coffee, instead of translating from your language, tell yourself, "This coffee smells amazing. I need sugar." This trains your brain to process English directly. No more mental translation. Before we wrap up today's episode, here's a little motivation for your week. Learning English isn't just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about connecting with the world. New ideas, new people, new opportunities. Every time you practice, even just for 5 minutes, you're expanding your future. So be proud of yourself. Keep going, keep trying, and most importantly, keep vibing with us here at Vits Vibes. That's a wrap for today's episode. We talked about building vocabulary naturally, practicing speaking daily, using imitation, and handling small talk like a pro. If this episode helped you, don't forget to follow and share Vits Vibes with your friends who are also learning English.